It's the Stand Up Sit Down with special guest
Doua Moua
and your host Pena.
Welcome, everybody, to the Stand Up Sit Down. I'm your host, Pena, and gosh, I am so freaking excited. I'm dressed from head to toe in a tuxedo to celebrate the fact that this is our season finale here on the show. That's right, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that it is laundry day and has been every day since our nation ran out of quarters. Hey, back up here, please. Eyes up here. You guys, this is the first episode that we've shot since quarantine hit, so prepare yourselves because I have been sitting for months on 20 minutes worth of Tiger King jokes. Oh, just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. I'd never socially recover from that. Quarantine's been tough. I've been indoors with my dog and my girlfriend for months now, and my girlfriend was like, babe, you know what? If we can survive this, I think we're ready for anything. In fact, I think we're even ready for marriage. But you know what? I disagree. I think we're ready for an even bigger commitment, like murder-suicide. Oh my gosh. I've been playing a lot of video games lately. That sucked, especially on Xbox Live, because 11-year-olds could be so mean. They take the fun out of everything, just calling me every single bad word in the whole English language. I would report them, but I don't want to be a pussy. Which is what they called me. They called me a pussy, and I don't want to prove them right. Oh, you guys. Mulan's out on Disney+. So the good news is you can watch that from any room. You can watch that from, your classroom, your office, your bathroom, or if you're like me, that's the same room. The bad news is it's still 2020, so I'm kind of half expecting Mulan to just die in the first 5 minutes, and just the rest of the 90 minutes is just the Huns just going roughshod all over China. Speaking of which, Mulan actor Doua Moua is here, so whatever you do not go away. Everybody, please welcome Doua Moua. How are you, man?
Good, man.
Welcome aboard. Please have a seat. How are you doing? We've got a dog in studio.
No worries.
So he's saying hi to you there. You've got a dog as well.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Named
Popo.
That's so
Yeah,
adorable.
I'm so bad at giving names, so I just name after my upcoming character's name.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I mean, I've been acting since I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to New York for acting purposely, but I just didn't study theater just because of my parents. Being Asian, your parents wants you to become a doctor or teacher.
So that's a stereotype that you had to live by.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of took the approach of studying psychology and communication, because when you're becoming a character, you want to know the psychology of that character and the sociology part of that character and how that character works around the system, so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you started acting as a kid. You came here from Thailand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was born in Thailand. I was like...
St. Paul, Thailand, right?
St. Paul, Thailand. I mean, now it's St. Paul, Thailand. I was a baby, so pretty much I'm raised in America my whole life. So
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota. So, but I was a baby when we immigrated from Thailand to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right during winter. So
Did you immediately go to St. Paul, or was there a stop on the way to another city?
it's
Minnesota just seems so random.
Yeah, because during that time, churches sponsored a lot of the Hmong immigrants.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's two swift of Hmong immigrants coming to the United States. I think one is during the 70s, 74, and then our shift came in the 80s.
Have you ever been back to Thailand?
I did. Roughly 3 years ago, me and my dad went back.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I kind of when you're an actor or performer, you always you have to be here, for the right audition, the right time.
All the casting is out here in LA.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So roughly, I've created a bucket list of stuff I need to get done, and then basically I just put that in my bucket list and took my dad to Thailand and Laos.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so I kind of saw where he grew up, and
So he took you there. He took you to like, oh, that's so awesome.
yeah. So spent roughly a month in Laos and Thailand.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a beautiful country, you know, but there's still poverty there too. So it's just kind of like you get the good thing is like you get to experience what your parents experience rather than like, for example, living in New Zealand for like 6 months. And everything's so like developed and stuff like that, so you don't get that full experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that. But I was so jealous. I followed your Insta account like a hawk. You know, I was like, man, it's like 3:00 in the morning over here, and then like over there, it's like, you know, like the late afternoon or something like that.
It rains a lot. It rains a lot. So.
You got the acting bug in middle school?
Middle school. Because I started out singing, and then from there, I was like, no Asian person's going to make a successful living singing.
Yeah.
So I kind of dropped that and focused on acting. So.
Leah Salonga, though.
Yeah, but she's Filipino. And I feel like all Filipino has, like, amazing voice. Like, I have, like, a decent voice.
Okay.
That won a couple competitions, but...
Okay. Well, you could have been the guy that's the trendsetter. That everyone's like,
true.
well, if Dua's doing it, I'm doing it,
True.
you know? And you kind of are in your way, like
Slightly,
you've really been spearheading the Hmong, you know, community, at least here in the United States. It's been really cool.
I mean, it's you know, like I always have this thing of bringing it back to the community and share with the community and be involved in the community as much as I possibly can, you know. So, you know, because it's like we only been here for 40 years, you know, so we're still new immigrants in the United States. Where new discovery is still there, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Is there any song in particular in your car that you sing like all the time?
I mean, for some reason, Homeward Bound.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, for me, like, I'm such a bad person where I only know the chorus.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Can I bug you a little bit? Would you mind singing a little acapella? No. You have no clue how disappointed I was that Poe doesn't have a solo in the original Mulan movie. I was totally going to try and cue that up, but dang it.
No, it's just Like a Man with everyone else. I don't think he was even singing in that too, so. Yeah.
Has he like written you letters like, I hate you? You know, like you stole this from me.
I mean there's sometimes.
Sometimes. You had auditioned for Gran Torino.
Yeah.
I think right after high school, like right in between that high school college time.
Yeah. It was like probably like a year after high school.
And they strung you for a while.
Yeah.
It was like 3 months or something.
Yeah, I auditioned for like 2 roles. The main kid against Clint Eastwood, and then
I thought you were gonna say Clint Eastwood.
no, exactly. And then I also auditioned for the role that I got cast. So they kind of brought
ultimately,
yeah. So they brought me back and forth for like the 2 roles, and then eventually waited for pretty much 4 months to hear anything back. And there was like no callbacks. It was just a straight phone call, like you're flying out in 2 days to Michigan.
Wowzer.
So, yeah. So it was an amazing experience.
You had mentioned before that your parents were a little bit, maybe not necessarily disappointed in you going into the arts, but not very encouraging. So how did they feel about this?
I mean, they were extremely happy about it.
That's
you know,
great.
because everything I've been working for has kind of like slowly coming together.
Yeah.
So they finally see that.
That's
know.
good.
So it's just the support has always been supportive, but the thing is like they understand that. You know, I am a Southeast Asian, hence, I mean, born in Southeast Asia, rather than like born in China or Japan or Korea. So they know that this can be a tough road for a Southeast Asian trying to make it into what we call Hollywood or the entertainment industry.
I feel like this has been tremendous for you. It's been a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Because you have just cornered this little section of Hollywood that is in need of, people that aren't just, the traditional go-to Japanese or Chinese and stuff,
Yeah.
And so you've really rocked that out.
I mean, I've been privileged enough to work with directors who saw something in me rather than, label me or classify me for a certain Asian.
Yeah.
So it's great to know that there's people out there that do support other actors that are not from that region. Like my history, like my ethnicity did came from China, but slowly we migrate down to Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a tough battle, especially. I mean, before this whole diversity movement, like it was a tough battle. Like I'll be on hold for so many like big movies, but it came down to how authentic he is for that character.
Gotcha.
You know, so. I mean, I feel like if Leonardo DiCaprio could play a South African, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
An Asian actor could play another Asian
yeah.
actor. I mean, it's even tough to play like an Asian American, like or
Really?
even it's.
Do you find that when you go out for these auditions, you have to put on an accent?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't mind it because I know that because being a first generation immigrant here, like if it makes sense for the character, I don't mind it.
Okay.
But I know that a lot of Asian actors out there do mind it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, to put an accent on it.
Yeah.
You know, because again, like being an actor, you develop the character and you see what works, what doesn't. You know, and then you get tweaks from directors. And
So it doesn't necessarily bug you
Yeah.
if you have to. Okay.
I mean,
that's good.
I got bills to pay, so I'll take it.
I went and saw The Last Airbender in 3D in
God.
IMAX. And I know you didn't have the largest part
Yeah,
in there,
yeah.
but I was probably the one guy that screamed in that theater when I saw you on there. You were an earthbender.
Yeah, I was an earthbender. There's like I had like 2 lines for it, and then they kind of like chop it down to.
You were on the cutting room
Yeah.
floor. Yeah.
You know,
Hollywood.
exactly. But you know, but the thing is, like being a young actor, like you learn from it, and you're like, how can I be better, and you know, be actually the lines I'm saying get into the cut. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. That was pretty cool, though. What was that like working with M. Night?
He was an amazing guy. Like
Okay.
I have nothing to complain about. You know,
He doesn't watch our show. So
Yeah, I mean,
you can trash.
no, exactly. But the thing, it's like I didn't have a lot of like a connection with him because you know I'm pretty
You're
much
just
like
there for a moment.
Yeah, for a moment.
Blink of an
So
eye.
so pretty much when I was on set, he was nice.
That's cool.
You know, he knows what he wanted. You know, so but again, like sometimes directors could do their thing and then it gets chopped at the studio.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of different elements that play to factors.
Now on to the meat, the guts, if you will, of the interview. We're going to talk about Mulan.
Yeah.
And first of all, wow, that's exciting. That is so exciting.
It's exciting, but I'm so nerve wracked right now. Like,
Yeah?
Like I know some of the cast seeing the final cut. I decided not to go because I'm afraid of watching myself.
Oh man, yeah. I'll bet. Seeing yourself like on the big screen
Yeah.
and you've got armor on and stuff like that.
I mean, there's some projects where it's like, you know, you just did it because you wanted to do it, and like those I could watch. But like when a project like this means a lot to you, and you know, it's just kind of like you're hesitant of not screwing up or not look good. And,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be screwed up, or
No, I
that it's
know.
gonna look bad.
I know.
When I saw the trailer, I was like watching one of the Rock movies,
Yeah.
and the trailer came up, and I got so teary eyed.
Aw.
It looks amazing. It looks really good.
It was beautiful. Like all the set pieces were like pretty much handcrafted and put together, you know, and like you literally feel like you were in China.
Yeah.
Because like we actually did a tour of all the sets. And
But you weren't in China.
no, I know.
You were in New Zealand.
We were in New Zealand
That
with
is so
a lot
cool.
of sheep.
Yeah. Hobbits running around still.
slightly.
But wow, like, how was that intimidating? Being like looking around you at this incredible set with these incredible costumes, and you're working with legendary actors, and you're just like, oh, I mean, like you yourself are amazing, but like, you know, I don't know about you, but when I have a role, I'm just like, well, do I belong here?
Yeah,
you know, like I'm like so intimidated by everybody else. Did you have that kind of
Yeah,
intimidation?
it was pretty much in Gong Li and Jet Li's presence more so than anything else because I grew up watching them.
Yeah.
You know, like that was my cinema.
Yeah.
And like you look up to them. So just being around their presence was like, I hope I'm not making a fool of myself, you
Yeah.
know. And so I mean, but even just seeing the emperor's room, like it's amazing because you literally feel like you were in China, but you're not. You know, it's because it's so well, you know, researched and detailed and everything. So.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And was it scary as hell, like meeting, you know, the other actors and stuff, and being like, oh my god, you know?
Yes, you know, like with Jet Li was like hesitant.
Yeah.
You know, with Gong Li was hesitant.
Yeah.
I mean, with Donnie Yen, he's such like a big brother, so makes it comfortable, and you know, and Jason Scott Lee was an amazing buddy of mine. Like I could text him or message him anytime, and he's there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah, and you know, even with the star of Mulan, like she's a sister now. Like the same thing. Like you could be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Let's go eat some food, and
That's
she'll
amazing.
be there. So.
Like you could just go out right now with anyone from the cast.
Yeah.
I'm sure Hollywood would freak out. TMZ would be all over it. That's so cool. That's so
I mean, let's hope so, but I mean, I doubt it, but.
So you originally wanted another role. You
Yeah.
had lobbied pretty hard
Yeah.
on Instagram and Twitter for Shan Yu, I believe.
Yeah,
was the
Shan
name.
Yu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main bad guy
Yeah.
from the first one,
Yeah.
which you grew a pretty cool mustache,
Yeah.
I would say. But I was like, man, he's going to have to bulk up on muscle so much. You bulked up another way.
Yeah, I bumped out another way for a different character. Yeah, because like again, like Disney was so secretive of like the script and the production and everything like that. So it just came down to like what direction they wanted to go with this film. You know, a lot of the cast kind of thought that it's going to go through like the animation route. You know,
The
but
way Lion King kind of did.
yeah. But the thing, it's like when we got to set, that's when we finally got the script, and also like get to piece around like, okay, it's more towards the ballad, the poem of Mulan.
That's very cool.
So it's like a combination with essence from the animation. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
so
cool. What was your acting approach for Chien Po? Did I say that right?
yeah, Chinpo. I was because it was, you know, a little bit of like the essence of the animation. And also with like the direction what Nikki wants to go with the script. I mean, pretty much kind of brings a little bit of me into it, plus a little essence of what the beloved character was in the animation. So my approach for it was, you know, gaining 40 pounds, you know, to feel and walk like him, and getting the muscle to hold up the armor, because it was literally like 50 pounds the armor.
Yeah.
It's the same place that made all the Lord of the Rings. Armor and outfits and stuff that called Weta and South Island in New Zealand made all our suits.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
cool.
just the detail in the armor was extremely amazing.
That's so awesome.
You know, so my approach is pretty much being myself plus, you know, essence of the animated film, and pretty much from there, you know, got to do a lot of me in it.
That's cool.
You know, so it's Nikki believed in me and pretty much let me kind of free range my character, and I mean, of course, saying the lines from the script and stuff like that, but pretty much a lot of it was kind of improvised or stuff like that too. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And so you had even mentioned like just by having all that armor on, you started to lose some weight as well.
Yeah, I mean, like one time, like the last battle scene, like I literally like kind of sprained my feet.
Okay.
And like I would have to, like, with that armor, 40 pounds, and my weight, the 40 pounds that I gained was on top of that feet, like fighting and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
But yeah, you know, it's just kind of like came down to that. Yeah.
Was there a lot, like, what kind of work goes into that? I mean, obviously it's fight choreography, right? Did you have to, like, I mean, you were there for months.
Yeah.
So was it just like several weeks of fight choreography? Were you doing fight choreography on day one?
Yeah, day one.
Wow.
Yeah, so we learned a lot of wushu.
Okay.
A lot of like stick and weapon and sword and pretty much all that training, and then horseback riding. Like it was literally.
Did you
like,
know how to ride a horse before?
I kind of did. I mean, I grew up kind of riding horses, but it wasn't like being a professional or anything like that. So.
Those St. Paul horses.
Exactly. I mean, like, because like a lot of my uncles had like farms, and they would have like that one horse.
Yeah.
You know, so you're always like a kid, like
Ride
I'm gonna
that
ride that horse. Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, like a lot of those horses came from the Lord of the Rings horses.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so the same guy that trained all the horses for Lord of the Rings trained us, and it's just the essence of New Zealand. It was just an amazing experience.
So for those watching, if you've ever saw the horses from Lord of the Rings and been like, I wonder what they're up to now. Mulan.
They were in Mulan.
What was day one like? What can you tell us about like hitting the ground running? What is that like?
I mean, pretty much just experience of like a car picking you up, and you're getting like past security in the airport.
Okay.
And like first time I actually like experienced first class of like sitting. I mean, besides like Gran Torino, but we actually going to like the lounge and experiencing all the free food and stuff like that.
Thank you, Disney.
I know,
I'll
exactly.
take all these peanuts.
Pretty much. And I was like, oh, I have to gain weight, so I'm gonna eat it. But New Zealand, when the first time I stepped in New Zealand, it was like kind of like a turnaround of how beautiful the country was.
That's
and everyone there was just extremely nice.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, there's a lot of Chinese there.
Oh.
Just because a lot of Chinese came and immigrated down to New Zealand and started companies and and working there, and so a lot of it kind of had the familiarity of in a sense New York City, but with essence of San Francisco, just because there's literally hills everywhere you go.
Were you all like together in like a hotel for this entire time? Did you have, trailers, I'm sure. What was the lodging like for such a huge film
Yeah,
like that?
I mean, the thing is, some of the bigger stars have, their own Airbnb or housing or whatever not.
Okay.
But a lot of the boys, the boy band, we call them, are stayed at the same hotel.
So who's the boy band?
I mean, you have Jimmy Wong, who plays
Okay.
Lang. You have Jun Yu, who plays cricket. And also you have Chan Tang, who plays Yao.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ron, who plays the sergeant. And
that's the boy band.
Yeah.
Right there. That's the gang.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Jason Scott Lee also stayed with us, too. So,
Oh, very cool.
So a lot of us kind of stay in the same hotel, which we have like all kitchenette and living
nice.
room and the bathroom and a bath and a shower and looking out into the ocean. So we have all had amazing views.
So, in most cases, when you have to like bulk up with muscle and stuff, studio pays for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Did they pay for all your food?
Yeah, they pay all my food. I mean, they literally Disney took care of me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so they had a trainer that.
I would have cheated so hard.
No, exactly.
I would have been like, I need 10 pizzas all for myself, and then all my friends come over like, have a pizza, everybody. It's on Disney.
Exactly. No, so they took, any movie you do and that you kind of like travel out of your living quarters, they give you per diems too. So,
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
that covers a lot of the food, and Disney provide food and, making sure I'm healthy and doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And
that's wonderful.
Yeah, and they also had a trainer after trying to lose weight. So it's kind
great.
of all that combined together.
They don't just like cut you loose.
No,
That's
they don't.
fantastic.
Yeah, so they literally took care of me and make sure I did things the right way. And I mean, like a certain amount of time that they can do that.
So putting on the weight was, in its own sense, a challenge. What was it like taking that weight off? Was it just like, just stop eating and your, genes take over? Or was it like very, very much regimented?
I mean, for me, it was pretty much just, work out, a lot of cardio.
Okay.
Like for me, like I get so bored working out that I had to put like my iPad up and watch like reality TV show to distract my mind for like an hour at least.
Okay.
So I mean, my trick is the Stairmaster. Like it just swoop up everything.
What's your go-to reality TV show?
Right now I'm watching Real World Challenge.
Okay.
I know I watch Survivor.
Okay.
And I got into like Big Brother for some reason.
I used to watch Survivor religiously.
And then now I'm like, I could be a contestant. Like these people are just dumb. Because some of them, I mean, it's pretty sure it's like a lot of it's editing, but like sometimes you're just like, Why would you do that? Why would you say that, you know?
You could go on like, you know how they do like celebrity
I would love
seasons?
to.
That would be so cool.
I would love to. I mean, hence I'm from Thailand, so
Yeah.
I could build like an amazing hut for us to like live in, survive from the rain.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
taking you with me camping next time.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have a Disney game I would like to play with you.
Okay, let's do
Okay.
it. I'm really bad at games.
It's called Guess That Disney Movie.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a very gritty synopsis
Okay.
of what the movie's like, and you have to try and guess which movie I'm talking about.
Got it.
A princess is kidnapped by a narcissistic sociopath who never grooms her aside from brushing her hair. That's a big clue. The girl breaks out with the help of a thief. He cuts her hair and marries her.
I know this one because they're going to do a live action of it.
Really?
Yeah, but it's something R. No?
No.
It's like the long hair, she's stuck in the castle.
Yeah. Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rapunzel's
yeah.
what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Tangled is the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's
Okay.
based on Rapunzel. Yeah. I was like, not Ratatouille. Okay. We'll do maybe 2 more of these. An orphan drugs and kidnaps 3 siblings. He encourages them to harass a mariner and tries to convince the young girl to be his mother.
Oh, what?
Right? That's what I said. Okay, one more time.
Is that the orc? I mean, the green guy?
The green guy? You're very
No,
close.
close.
You're very close. He is green.
Yeah, no, but Shrek.
No, no. That's DreamWorks.
Oh.
An orphan.
Sorry.
He's yeah. we'll just blur out the part where you. Okay, so an orphan. That's a big one. This character is an orphan. He kidnaps 3 siblings. Kidnaps three kids. Encourages them to harass a mariner, someone who would be on a boat, and tries to convince the young girl to be his mother.
I have no clue.
Right?
Unless it's Finding
tough one.
Nemo.
All roads lead to Nemo. It is Peter Pan.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
These are tough.
But again, like use like the simpler
I'm gonna
Disney.
this is gonna be a softball one. Okay. A girl's father trespasses, and the girl trespasses too. She offers to stay to save her father, even though he's very old. Stockholm syndrome kicks in, and the staff encourages
Beauty and the
girl.
Beast.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it. Yeah, I almost feel like I should give you Finding Nemo on principle. Yeah, some of these are darn hard, man.
This is actually you should develop this game and like sell it.
It was producer Annie. It was her brain. All right, here's the last one. A man's wife and children are murdered by a home invader. The one child to survive the attack is left disabled. After overprotecting and coddling his surviving child, the child rebels. The child is kidnapped, and the father goes on a quest to save him with the help of a woman with amnesia. Or
Finding Nemo.
yeah, Finding Nemo, yeah, nailed it. Moving on and into more of acting and writing. You're a writer.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of fell into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's kind of like again, like during the time when Gran came out, it was like one of probably like 1,000 script that involve Asians.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, who's gonna write another story for me?
Okay.
So that's where I kind of like combine my life story and what I was going through with like my cousin's story.
Okay.
And combine it together. I mean,
And this story is called The Harvest.
yeah, The Harvest. Yeah.
Yeah. And this has been a passion project of yours for a few years.
Yeah, it's been optioned and been recognized from some people, but again, it came at.
You've sent it to some festivals.
Yeah, it was top 100 script at the Nickel Fellowship. and also made the Cape list, Cape blacklist. That
The blacklist is a huge deal
Yeah.
for writers. It's a really big deal. It's basically the top scripts in Hollywood that haven't been made.
Yeah.
You know, they just hit a wall for whatever reason,
Yeah.
and the list exists so that way it can garner attention and get past that
Yeah.
wall.
And the thing
That's a huge.
I mean,
feat.
it is, but again, it's like to get that recognition was amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but like to actually finally get to see it being made and be recognized, and it's another different experience and pretty fun.
So how far along in pre-production are you with The Harvest?
We just locked down our new director because our first director
Congratulations.
passed away. Thank you so much.
And sorry. About,
Yeah. So our first director passed away, and we just locked in our new director, and it's rolling down, you know. So it's just kind of next steps is pretty much location scouts and stuff like that.
That's
so.
very cool. So it's already cast and everything.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We're still kind of waiting on that, you know, because we were switching locations now, and you know, just because of tax incentive and stuff like that. So finally got it funded.
That's great.
You know, so it was like an amazing Christmas present last year to get that call and say it's funded. Yay, let's do it. So,
I think with the success that will come from Mulan and the success that has already happened with Crazy Rich Asians, I think that this is the perfect time for The Harvest to happen.
exactly.
You
I
know?
mean, we hope, you know, be done and get ready for Sundance next year. So
Ooh.
fingers crossed. We never know.
Knock on
We
wood
never know.
there. Yeah.
You
That's
never
so
know.
Cool.
So.
That's so cool.
Yeah, because a lot of people in the industry has read it, you know. So one of Clint Eastwood's producer read it, you know, back in the days, and he loved it. It's just kind of how do you fit that into their brand and whatever not too. So it's just kind of like it was a whirlwind and amazing experience of, you know, growing up to understand the system of writing and how that part of this industry works, to different from acting.
Now, when you got his one of his producers to take a look at it, was it one of those like beep boop boop, hello Clinton, you know?
I mean, but the thing is, like for producer Clint, it's like pretty much how do we fit Clint into this story? So a lot of the producers that are working with Clint are producing project for him to be part of or to direct. You know, so it's just kind of that involved. So, but the thing, it's like just to get feedback, you know, and see such an amazing person that I look up to like read the script and give me notes and pretty much like one note. Yeah. You know, rather than like 20,000 notes, because writing is such a process.
Oh,
you know, a lot of rewrites and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sure you're on like your 60th rewrite of, you know, before it's even picture ready. Yeah.
I mean, with this,
and even then,
with this script, it was two drafts. So it was kind of like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, there's like, and then you have drafts where like you have your editor or friends kind of like fix your grammar and stuff like that. But the thing is,
but
like,
it was on the blacklist with only 2 edits.
Two drafts. Two draft in the sense of the storyline, but like grammar check and stuff like that, probably like 5.
Okay. Do you have like a specific dream role that you would love to do?
Yes and no, because the thing it's like it's like a lot of it. It's probably like, you know, like the leader for the Hmong people during the Vietnam War, you know, to pretty much able to just be a normal actor being.
You don't want to be the new Iron Man.
No, I mean, sure, why not? You know,
I guess if Marvel really.
I mean, I would love to just play, you know, the Asian Hulk.
You hear that, Marvel? Make it happen. But we're gonna wrap up pretty shortly. But I would like to know, what hobbies do you have when you're not acting? You know, when you're not singing and being the badass self that you are. Like, what do you do? What are your hobbies?
I like to Netflix and chill.
Okay, all right.
No, but like usually just write or come up with like story ideas. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a pretty normal human being, so.
Okay.
You know,
any plugs or anything like that? Social media, where, you know, our fans that are watching right now can be bigger fans of you.
yeah, I mean, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
I have Twitter, but I'm not that active on Twitter.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm really bad at social media. Just to maintain all different. I mean, now TikTok is a different story. Like, I have
Do you TikTok?
No, I don't even know what TikTok is. I was at a friend's party and they're talking about how big TikTok is. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Are you clowning the time? You know, so But people can follow me at Duamua. Sorry, not .com. Someone bought my website.
Oh.
And I had to pay like $10,000 to get it back. So I'm like, no.
No. God. That person.
Exactly.
So, Duamua, Doua Moua.
Yeah, it rhymes. So
Yeah.
think of Dua Lipa, which I'm kind of like, Dua Lipa's still my name.
It's been such a pleasure
Same
having
here,
you. Folks, Doua Moua, this has been season 1 of the Stand Up Sit Down. This is our finale. I couldn't be more proud,
thanks,
to
buddy.
put it's been amazing having you.
Yeah.
And thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys have been great. Everyone, take care of each other. We'll see you next season.